everyone, I welcome you all to my channel. I am Shell and today we will start a new video series where we will first talk about the structure of DNA. I will upload many videos under this topic, that is structure of DNA basics, then problems regarding structure of DNA and Chargaff's rule, then topology of DNA. Today let's start with structure of DNA basics part 1. DNA is the genetic material, so its structure is of utmost importance. What do you mean by genetic material? As you all know, our body is made up of proteins and the proteins are made from DNA. First, let's begin with this idea that DNA is made up of certain informations. I will explain everything, but let's begin from this basic idea that DNA is made up of certain information and that information is used to make proteins. And our bodies are made up of proteins, that is your skin, your eye, your hair, your digestive system, respiratory system, etc. is made up of proteins. Now these proteins are made from DNA. Our every cell is having DNA and we are the fusion product of 23 DNA from father and 23 DNA from mother. So we are a fusion product of these 23, that is we have 46. We had 46 number of DNA in zygotic form. And from this zygote only we are having our large bodies now. So this DNA, when we got from our father and mother, now this DNA is the source of all the information in our body which leads to the formation of proteins. So our proteins are a result of a mixture of father and mother DNA. So we look similar to our father or mother. This is called as transfer of hereditary information, that is DNA is the genetic material because DNA is carrying certain information and that information leads to formation of proteins and this DNA is transferred from one generation to another in this format. So we are having the genetic material of our parents in the form of DNA. The basic feature of the structure of DNA is it is made up of two strands and these strands are twisted around each other in a helical manner. To understand this properly, let's imagine a hanging ladder made up of rope. So you can see the two strands of DNA as the two bars in the ladder on your screen, and these two bars are connected to each other because of the steps on which you will put your foot and try to climb that ladder. So let's imagine the foots of this ladder are also flexible, that is they are, let's suppose, made up of rope only. So everything in this ladder is made up of rope. When you try to twist this rope in this way, what will happen? These two strands will get twisted around each other in a helical manner. The same thing happens with DNA also. You can also imagine a helical staircase as you can see on your screen. So structure of DNA looks somewhat similar to the helical staircase. So we have to know the structure of these two strands as well as these middle components. The two strands are made up of two components, that is sugar and phosphate. So let's use a short form SP. The two strands are made up of sugar and phosphate. SP. That is, the sugar is bonded with phosphate group and the sugar and phosphate, they form the two strands of DNA which is called as the backbone of DNA because these two strands are the major components of the DNA. So these two strands are made up of sugar and phosphate. We will talk about everything in detail. Now what about the middle component? This middle component is made up of nitrogenous base. Nitrogenous base. Let's use N for nitrogenous base. Now these two strands are joined together by the help of two nitrogenous base. That is, these steps in our DNA are made up of 2N. So, and the N is joined to sugar. So, N. Now over here also N. So, the main hero or heroine of this structure is S. So, our S is holding everything. S is attached to P as well as S is attached with N. Now, let's talk about the first component of the backbone of DNA, that is sugar. As you all know, the simple carbohydrates, that is monosaccharides and disaccharides, are called as sugars. So, the backbone of DNA is made up of a type of monosaccharide and that monosaccharide is having 5 carbon atoms. As you all know, carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and two types of functional groups. That is, either they will have aldehyde as the functional group or ketone as the functional group. For example, glucose is a type of monosaccharide having aldehyde as the functional group, having 6 carbon atoms. So it is an hexose, that is 6 carbon atoms. Similarly, fructose is also a type of monosaccharide having 6 carbon atoms, but it is having ketone as the functional group, so it can be called as hexulose. Similarly, the monosaccharide which is found in DNA is having 5 carbon atoms and it is having aldehyde as the functional group. So it is called as pentose. So our DNA is having pentose as the main component in the backbone of DNA. Now, the carbohydrates can be found in both the forms, that is open chain form and ring form. The open chain form is called as Fischer projection and ring form is called as Haworth projection. Over here I have drawn the open chain form of ribose, that is our pentose, with 5 carbon atoms in the main chain. This is the aldehyde group, which is the functional group, and this is the ring form of pentose, that is our ribose. Carbohydrates can be found in both these open chain and ring form, but predominantly they are found in this ring form. And the interconversion of this open chain to ring form takes place due to cyclization. This cyclization takes place due to interaction between hydroxyl group of the farthest chiral carbon from the functional group. This is the farthest chiral carbon from the functional group, and this O, the lone pair of electron of this O, interacts with the aldehyde carbon, and due to this cyclization takes place. This H now is present with OH. This gets converted into single bond. Over here OH will be there and this O is present in this form. So over here this O is over here. Then this is our first carbon and this is the fourth carbon. So this O is attached with fourth carbon and first carbon. So first carbon and fourth carbon. Then second carbon is over here. Third carbon is over here. Fourth is this one. And fifth is this one, because this carbon is outside this cyclization event. So this is present over here. And this first carbon is attached with OH and H. So I have drawn HOH. HOH. So H is on the lower side because the groups on the right side are drawn toward on the lower side. Then OH and H. Then this fourth carbon is attached with H, CH2OH and O. So CH2OH, H and O. The 5 carbon atoms of the ribose of DNA or RNA in fact are numbered by using a word prime, P-R-I-M-E. DNA and RNA are similar in structures. We will talk about this later on. And RNA is only having single strand, whereas DNA is made up of 2 strands. So we will number the carbon atoms as 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime and so on. This dash is called as prime. This is done to differentiate between the carbon atoms of the sugar and nitrogenous bases. Because the nitrogenous bases found in DNA or RNA are also ring structures like this and they are also made up of carbon atoms. So whenever we are using the terms like 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, you need to understand we are talking about carbon atoms of sugars, and whenever we are using terms like 1, 2, 3, we are talking about carbon atoms of nitrogenous bases. In order to avoid confusion, we are using the word prime. Now, this sugar which is found in DNA is devoid of OH at second position. See, this is a normal ribose. It is having OH at the second position, then OH at the third position also, OH at the fourth position also, and OH at the fifth position also. But the ribose which is found in DNA is not having this O at the second carbon. So the second carbon, that is 2 prime carbon, is having only 2 H molecules. So when I will draw this in ring form, then carbon number 1 will have OHH, carbon number 2 will have HH. So this sugar is now bonded with phosphate. What is this phosphate? The second thing is phosphate. So the phosphate which we are using, the word which we are using is over here means phosphoric acid. So phosphoric acid is the second main thing which is present in the backbone or the main chain, the structure of which is H3PO4. If we want to draw the structure, then we will see P double bond O, OH, OH, OH. So this is the phosphoric acid which we are representing in the form of T.
With this, we come to the end of this video. In our next video, we will talk about nitrogenous bases, the structures of all the nitrogenous bases, and the tricks how to remember and draw these structures, as well as complementarity of DNA. Thank you for watching.